Brenda J. Lilly here with the Bridge Artistic Network. I wanted to put out a small disclaimer before we launch into today's video. I am not a licensed therapist. I am just a fellow creative artist who hopes to encourage, engage, and hopefully empower other creative artists to go out and live their art dream. Okay, here we go into today's video. I hope you enjoy it. Well, good Monday morning, everybody. Brenda J. Lilly here with the Bridge Artistic Network. It's time for another Monday morning Kickstart this July 27th. That's right, Monday morning, July 27th. I hope you like this video. If you do, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It helps us. Um, but most importantly, share it with everyone you know so that we can all continue to become who we were created to be. All right, on with the video. I'll see you on the flip side. Well, good Monday morning, everybody. Brenda J. Lilly here with the Bridge Artistic Network and my big old cup of coffee. I am ready to rock and roll, and it is time for a Monday morning kickstart on July 27th. So come on, y'all, down the path of righteousness. Let's do it. So last week, I did a kickstart about this quote that I found. I am an artist because art gives me purpose when nothing else does. You know, I want to talk about the purpose of what it is we artists put our hands to, put our time, our energy, our passion into. There is great purpose in what it is we do as artists. We are light bringers into this society that we live in. Wherever you are on the planet, that's what your art does. It illuminates, it refreshes, it makes people question and have conversation. We don't always agree, but we are pouring light into a situation, a scenario, a place in time. And that is purposeful. That should bring us an understanding that what we do as artists is important in this world. It's needed in this world. Whether it is respected or not is beside the point. You know, Van Gogh, he had an amazing talent and gift. And while he was on the planet, it wasn't respected. He became renowned after his death. I've been to his museum in Amsterdam, I have to say, probably more than 20 times. It's one of my favorite places. It is one of my favorite museums for sure. And to know that all of these years later, his work is still touching millions of people is an incredible testament to his work. Is it sad he died before his recognition came? Sure. Was that the purpose of his work? To gain him recognition? No. We live in societies now that everyone wants to be famous. And everything is about fame. I remember I was working with a student doing voice lessons. And I asked her in her first session with me, what is your goal with your voice? And she said, to be famous. Now, she was 13 years old, and this was about a decade ago. So that should tell you something about where we are now. because a decade ago, 10 years is a long time. And if that was implanted in her at the age of 13, and before, obviously, because she was able to articulate it to me at the age of 13. Man, oh man, Ashevitz, where we are today is just sort of an obvious place. If that's how young children were starting to view the world, by the time they were teenagers, they thought that's the only point in life. And she sort of drifted sideways when she realized how much hard work she was going to put in. She's going to have to put in order to reach even close to the goal of fame. She chose a different path. I don't even know if she's singing anymore, but that's a choice she made. Fame, renown, recognition, even, is not the purpose of our art. It's not the reason we exist and have been given this gift of artistic intensity and passion. We're light bringers. Our art illuminates and brings light to situations that need to be looked at, talked about, thought about, flipped on their heads, changed, honored, revered. Whole lot of stuff there. But what art isn't about, our art isn't about, is recognition. Now, is it nice to be recognized? Yes. Do we want to be able to buy sneakers and stay in sneakers with what we do? Absolutely. And I am a proponent of that. That your provision follows the gift that is inside of you, the things that you can do, right? So if you are brilliant with math and numbers and you love helping people focus and get their accounts in order, then be an accountant and do that to the best of your ability. If you've been given artistic giftings, I believe that your provision can follow that gift. And you should do it to your utmost. But the second quote that I found that just made me happy was from Pablo Picasso. The purpose of art is washing the dust off daily life of our souls. Let me read that again. The purpose of art is washing the dust of daily life off our souls. The purpose of art is to wash off the dust of daily life off of our souls. Boy, I love that quote. I've talked about art being a way to bring illumination. But if your soul is covered in the dust of daily life, if you are just slogging through life, it is hard to see beyond that film that is covering every bit of your spirit and soul. But that is the purpose of art. See, art comes alongside and it says, let me just get that off your eyes. Let me just brush away that dust for you so that you can breathe, so that you can look at the world around you with fresh eyes, with understanding, with a heart that's no longer fettered by the daily dust of life and the dust of daily life. See, daily life can come and crush and bog us down and get us stuck. And we don't even know that we're stuck half the time. And yet art comes along and it just brushes it all away. And we can breathe. And we can see. And we have space now to make better decisions, more informed decisions, wiser choices. Did you know that that's what art can do for a soul, for a spirit, for a life? Unfetter it. Get rid of all of the dust that's bunching and bunking up the systems of that person's spirit, soul, mind, and life. Look, if you're looking for a reason you were given the gifts that you were given, if you are whatever kind of artist you are, I'm here to tell you it is purposeful. And people all around this world need you, need us. Our art, try to say that fast, wakes people up from their slumber in the dust of daily life, sweeps all that stuff away. It's like the human spirit is a fan. Have you ever seen an oscillating fan that's been gunked up by a year's worth or a season's worth of dust and grime and grit? And you have to take the whole thing apart and you have to dust it off, wipe it down, clean it, refresh it, and then put it all back together. And then it's ready for another season of bringing cool air in the room. It's ready to do its job, but only once the dust has been removed. That is what our art does for people. It opens them up in ways they would never be opened up before. It wipes away all the dust. It clears all of the gunk out. It puts them back together. And then they're ready to go into the world and make better choices. I think so many people in this world are walking around just covered and caked with dust. Let your art be the thing that refreshes their soul and cleans all of that gunk off of them so that they can walk once again and get a little pep in their step and start to make really, really good choices. All right. That's all I have for us today. That's our two quotes. I'm just going to repeat them. The first one was, I am an artist because art gives me purpose when nothing else does. And the second one was from Pablo Picasso. The purpose of art is washing the dust of daily life off our souls. Oh, let's be doing that for this world. All right. I love you all. Have a great week. I will see you next Monday for our final quote on this subject, as if I'm ever going to stop talking about our purpose. But it's the last quote in this series. All right. Have a blessed week. I will see you next Monday. Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe. What are you waiting for? All right. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.